News starts now. Calm has returned in Chief Town Bumaka, a neighborhood in Buea, southwest region of Cameroon, after the arrest of a gang of thieves by defense and security officials and stolen items recovered during a raid carried out in that neighborhood this morning. Our Buea-based correspondent Emmanuel C completes the story.
Early this morning in Chief Street, Bumaka, a neighborhood in Buea, 3 thieves were apprehended and beaten mercilessly by the angry population. The angry mob carried the 3 suspects to the quarter head of Bumaka, and they confessed and named their other accomplices, who were later picked up by the population. Onlookers who recognized the suspects testified that they have been raped and molested by the same boys who are in their late 20s. The suspects were later taken to the Munya police station, but one more person was left behind to show their hideout and where they keep the stolen items after their operations. The items, made up of air conditioners, chairs, tables, flat-screen televisions, mattresses, cupboards and other valuables, were carried away by the criminal department of Lejeune Station in Buea. The population, with the presence of the police, went ahead to set the hideout of the thieves on fire while taking out valuables like ID cards and phones belonging to the population of Chief Street, Bumaka. According to the inhabitants of this neighborhood, they have not been at peace as stealing has kept on rising in the quarter. While loading the items into the police truck, one could hear onlookers' surprise on the items found in what is commonly called around here the Carabot House. At the time of this report, some of the suspects are currently responding to treatment at health facilities around, while others are now in custody. The security and defense forces on their part called on the population to be more collaborative so that criminals like these can face the law and not be killed.
Today, sad 4 persons have lost their lives following an accident yesterday, May 22nd in Dokoti, Douala. Reports say they were crushed to death by a truck which suffered a brake failure. Catherine Kongwe has details.
At least 4 persons are feared dead after a truck crushed them by the roadside around the Dokoti roundabout in Douala, littoral region of Cameroon, on Sunday. According to sources, the said truck had a brake failure, thereby rushing into a commercial bike transporting 2 people in the dog passing market in Douala. The truck climbed on one of the passengers, a lady, killing her on the spot, and on the legs of another passenger. Another witness says the victims included 3 bike riders and a taxi driver who was loading a passenger's luggage for the market, as law enforcement officers were at the scene regulating traffic congestion in the town. Just a few weeks back, another accident occurred in Bamenda with almost the same storyline. A truck crushed at least 3 persons to death at the New Road vicinity in Bamenda, Mezam division of the Northwest region of Cameroon. Report holds that the truck is believed to have also lost brakes, crushing its victim to death beyond recognition.
Now the people of Mancon, home and abroad, are mourning the disappearance of their traditional ruler, His Royal Highness Fon Quinter III, who doubles as first vice president of the ruling CPDM party. His disappearance was announced yesterday by the governor of the Northwest region. Adolphe Lililafik Noraka Akeba completes the story.
The paramount ruler of Mancon, His Royal Highness Fon Quinter III, went missing on Saturday, May 21, 2022. The Fon passed on to glory at the age of 97. He was born on May 21, 1925. Fon Quinter III was a member of parliament from 1962 to 1988 and also served as the first vice chair of the CPDM. The deceased traditional ruler was the 20th for the Mancon people, enthroned in 1959. Fon Solomon Anyen Defru Quinter III served as a vice president of the Cameroon's People's Democratic Movement. He became one of the first members of parliament after the independence of southern Cameroon in 1961, serving the parliament from 1962 to 1988. He remained a huge political figure in the country in 2016 during the start of the armed conflict in the Anglophone regions. In his academic pursuits, the missing traditional ruler attended the Agri Memorial College in Eastern Nigeria between 1945 and 1950. He later gained admission into the University of Ibadan, where he graduated in 1953 with a diploma in agriculture. Fon III became the Fon of Mancon in 1959. The missing Fon has been described as a great statesman and an encyclopedia who advocated for peace and national unity, especially since the crisis in the restive northwest and southwest regions emerged.
Let's now talk May 23rd celebrations in some parts of the country, and we begin in Kumba, chieftain of Meme Division Southwest region, where despite calls by separatist fighters for the population to boycott, residents came out in their numbers to celebrate the National Day. At the Commonwealth Avenue, Meme SDO called on the population to contribute for the return of peace. Our Southwest correspondent Tamfu Sidwan completes the story.
Even though Meme Division was on a lockdown, some persons, especially militants of the CPTM party, turned out in Kumba to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the National Day, presided out by the senior divisional officer for Meme, Tundong Chamberlain, the National Gendarmerie, the Army, the elements of the Rapid Intervention Battalion, the B, the Firefighters Brigade, the police, the penitentiary administrators, Higher Technical Teachers Training College, and others took part in the military and civilian march past. Awards of medals also made the celebration colorful, as some persons were recognized by the state of Cameroon for their contribution to nation building.
In the name of the President of the Republic, and by virtue of the powers conferred on us, we hereby elevate you to the rank of Knights of the National Order of Merit in Sport.
The senior divisional officer Tundong Chamberlain used the event to send a peace message to the Kumba population.
The population of Meme have mobilized themselves to join the remaining population of the whole country in order to celebrate with a lot of joy and satisfaction. You can say it that the forces of law and order also are trying their best to bring back peace in Meme Division. Despite the difficulties, they are trying their best. Let me seize the opportunity to congratulate them. To congratulate also the remaining population who are committed to support them in that very important assignment.
The celebration took place amidst a 5 days lockdown imposed by separatist fighters at the time when the entire nation celebrated the day, reflecting on the theme, Defense and Security Forces at the service of the people in preserving social peace and national cohesion, a guarantee for an emerging Cameroon.
Still in line with May 23rd celebration, the interim divisional officer of Ekondo Titi has called on those still living in bushes to drop their arms and return home. The call was made during the celebration of the 50th anniversary of Cameroon's National Day. Moki Regan has details.
Despite the killing of 4 students and a teacher of Government Bilingual High School, Ekondo Titi, and the assassination of Dio Timothy Abuloa, Mayor Naji Kenneth, CPDM Jan 2 Session President, the population of Ekondo Titi subdivision could not be indifferent to the commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the National Day celebration.
We want to thank God because Ekondo Titi cannot be left out as usual. Today is the 50th day anniversary being celebrated all over the nation, and we are part of it. The massive attendance of the population has made it well and done that we are really part of this nation. Despite the ups and downs, which we know, weeping may tarry for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. All this will be history.
The celebration was enveloped with award of medals to some Cameroonian military parade, followed by civilian march past with the active participation of the CPTM party and motorbike riders in Ekondo Titi. While presiding over the celebration, the acting divisional officer for Ekondo Titi, Fu Francis, called on those still in the bushes to drop their arm and contributed to the development of the subdivision.
I want to seize this opportunity to call on our children in the bushes to come out, lay down their arms, and receive the offer made by the head of state, His Excellency Paul Biya. For the population of Ekondo Titi, the most valued peace we need most return. Ekondo Titi has more than enough.
The 50th Unity State celebration in Ekondo Titi ended with some cultural display from some social and cultural groups.
The people of Ngok division in Cameroon's northwest region, torn apart by the Anglophone crisis, were equally a part of the 50th anniversary of the country's National Day. Celebrations marking the event went hitch-free, as Eileen Nsah tells us.
After close to 6 years of no national or international day celebration in some areas of the restive northwest region, the people of Ngok division braced the odds and turned out massively for the 50th anniversary of Cameroon's National Day, presided at by the senior divisional officer for Ngok Ketong Anderson Konge. Pupils, students, members of political parties, including the ruling CPDM and council workers, all turned out in their numbers in Dop, chief town of Ngok division of the Northwest region, to celebrate Cameroon's 50th anniversary as a unitary state on May 20th. Beautifully dressed in their school uniforms and party wears, waving the country's green, red, yellow flag, these Cameroonian citizens carried out their civic responsibility after 6 years of not doing so due to the armed conflict rocking the two English-speaking regions of the country. Cameroon's defense and security forces in Ngok were also very present as they marched past the Dop ceremonial ground during the National Day celebration presided at by the SDO for Ngok Ketong Anderson Konge. The celebration marking the 50th anniversary of National Day in Ngok went hitch-free amid tight security after about 6 years of a timid or no National Day event.
In the Lithoral region, the population of Lumungo division turned out in their numbers on May 23rd to celebrate the National Unity and National Integration Day. Peculiar during the celebration was the march parade of the Mobile Intervention Battalion under the supervision of Major Etuge Lotson Joy Ngong. Completes the story.
Display of patriotism in Lum subdivision for both civilians and the armed forces as they all gather to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the reunification of Cameroon. After 2 years of non-activity due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the divisional officer of Lum expressed satisfaction regarding the turnout of the population. The population of Lum is happy, just like the rest of Cameroon, to celebrate the golden jubilee of the reunification. They came out in their numbers, showing how much they love the country and their willingness to serve in peace in line with the vision of President Paul Biya. With the focus of this year's 20th May celebration on the armed forces, the military parade at the Lum ceremonial ground was commanded by Lieutenant Mohamed Moulion under the supervision of Major Etuge Lotson Henesenge, commander of the Mobile Intervention Brigade controlling Tombel, Bangem, Lum, Kongsamba and Banga. The military prowess of Major Etuge Lotson and his troop are the result of peace enjoyed by Kupe Manenguba today. Himself being a son of the soil, he used every means at his disposal to ensure peace and stability in Tombel and surrounding villages. The parades were followed by the award of medals to some well-deserved personalities. After the official ceremony, the officials and invitees gathered to share a common meal and toast to national unity and national integration.
Away from May 23rd celebration, Audrey Zaza takes us to the seaside city of Kribi, Ocean Division of the South region, a town visited by hundreds of tourists. She spoke with some of these stories. Her report.
This is Kribi, a popular beach town for tourists and locals in coastal Cameroon, situated in the south region of the country. Here, tourists, after a first trip, most often come back as the city is bursting with life.
This is my third time coming to Kribi.
Oui, tout le temps. I come here all the time, but I regret that the kids are not here. I usually come with family or friends.
Les enfants en famille ou avec des amis.
Oui, c'est ma première à Kribi. Très.
It's our first time in Kribi, and I'm very satisfied. Kribi is a very beautiful town. I recommend it. It was great watching the sunset at the beach. The breathtaking, beautiful sandy beaches, a vibrant day and night life, delicious cuisine from local food stores. For tourists, Kribi is the ideal place to consume grilled fresh fish and relax.
I came to spend a weekend with my family. I like the environment. It's very good. I love the water, which is very good. It's a good area for the town's pleasure, and I like the area generally. The town is a good town.
Du tourisme, c'est un peu pour me détendre, c'est un peu pour me distraire.
For tourism, to relax, for leisure, and to make close friends and family discover the beauty of the city when they come visiting. Fish is very fresh here. You buy directly from the fishermen and hand it over for grilling. Very fresh and appetizing.
Directement par les braiseuses, c'est tout à fait frais. C'est vraiment frais et c'est très agréable.
Nous sommes un groupe d'abord. Nous avons décidé de venir à Kribi juste pour passer du temps, le long week-end et tout.
We are a group. We decided to come to Kribi for a long weekend because it's an exotic area and we wanted to discover the city and relax.
Nous voulions juste venir découvrir et nous reposer.
Fresh coconut water, which is one of the exotic drinks sold at the beach, always awaits tourists to quench their thirst. A day by the sea is not only a great way to relax, but equally an opportunity to enjoy a photo shoot and take home beautiful souvenir pictures.
Audrey Zadza reports in the now students of CKC Yaoundé have been drilled on ways to stay safe and have a violent-free holiday. This was during their closing ceremony as Center Regional Correspondent Colette Lung tells us.
The third-term holiday have come once again, and pupils and students will have very little to do as studies comes to a halt and idleness will be the order of the day. Even while these students were busy in school, the rate of violence amongst them witnessed an increase. And now that they will be home and idling around, what will become of them? It is in this regard that a civil activist advised.
For many students, instead of carrying pens to school, they prefer to carry machetes and knives to school. I don't know if the academic environment has become a slaughterhouse. Due to this, young people of this Build Together civil society organization have come together, designed this project, which is termed Vacances sans violence. In English, we say violent-free holiday. This project is out there to sensitize students, to talk to you, to bring to your awareness other activities that you can engage in order to avoid these incidents of violence and drug consumptions in school. Why? Because these vices, drug consumption, has a lot of effect, negative effect to your own future. Today, you are seated here as students. Mind you, in the nearby future, just tomorrow, you will be parents. And as you're growing up, what holds your future? What lies ahead of you? How do you plan your future?
And on the part of the teachers, what is the best way these students can better incorporate in society during this long holiday?
That when they get home, they should remain on their books. They should also not go out carelessly, and they should remember to help their parents. They should also remember we still have coronavirus outside, so when going out, they should make sure they put on a mask. After going out, they should make sure to wash their hands, sanitize, make sure they should not stay late nights, they should not play carelessly, they should stay close to their parents, read their book.
As they're going home, our advice to them is that they should remain focused because it's just holidays and they still have a lot of work to do at home. They still need to concentrate in their studies. They should respect their parents as we have been teaching them so that they will have a nice and a good future. Because with this, I think that there will be good men and women that we want.
A word to a wise is sufficient. These students are therefore called upon to implement this advice, while parents are called upon to put strict measures on these kids so as to curb the rate of violence amongst youngsters.
On to sports, Cameroon's under-17 Lionesses have been thrashed by their Tanzanian counterparts 4-1 in Yaoundé in the first qualifier for the under-17 World Cup bid for India. Get details in this report.
Some former African football legends have converged in a gala match to celebrate one of Africa's emblematic goal poacher, Albert Roger Miller, as part of activities marking his 70th anniversary at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium this Saturday, 21st of May 2022. We are here to support our big brother, our dad. It is exceptional to be 70. It's not 7 years, it is not 20 years. So we have to support him for all he has done for football in Cameroon. He is the one who paved the way for us.
The Cameroonian team and Roger Miller performance at 1990 World Cup. I was 16 years old and I was still playing cricket in South Africa, cricket and football, and it's one of the reasons why I went on to play football instead of cricket.
We have been together since 52 or 53 years. It's like every day. We got up today to this football gala. 70 years is something we never imagined it. I am very happy. The event, presided over by the Minister of Sport and Physical Education, Moele Narcisse Kombi, witnessed the massive deployment of sports icons with goals scored by Achille Mana and Lioness Shoot Adjara. The old lion, however, announced his retirement from the football lawn. Cameroonians have given me all that I wanted. I can't ask more of them. It is the last time for me to be on the lawn. That was my last goal today. To grace the ceremony was an artistic performance from one of Cameroon's finest voice, Queen Etemi. Miller was born on the 20th of May 1952. He started his career at the Academy of Dynamo Belvedere. He achieved international stardom at the age of 38 during the 1990 World Cup, becoming the oldest player to score 4 goals at the World Cup. In 2017, he was named African Player of the previous 50 years by the African Football Confederation. For this event, Miller was awarded a 70th anniversary trophy by his son, Germain Miller, a conscript of the Michel Salgado Football Academy.
That was what a celebration of Roger Miller's 70th anniversary compiled for us by Muriel Ngaket. Now, Cameroon's under-17 Lionesses have been thrashed by their Tanzanian counterparts 4-1 in Yaoundé in the first qualifier of the under-17 World Cup bid for India. Get details in this report.
Fans and supporters of the under-17 Lionesses who turned out in their number at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium watched with disappointment as the Tanzanian team celebrated their 4-1 victory right in their backyard. In the first leg counting for the last round of the qualifiers of India 2022 World Cup, the Tanzanian women dominated Cameroon 4-1 Sunday, May 22nd. The women's show of strength began at the 3rd minute of play after striker Diana William Manley deceived goalkeeper Elvis Saints. The girls of coach Stefan Zanangono, after several missed chances, equalized thanks to a decisive pass from captain Joya to striker Bernadette Ngasembele, who set the record straight at the 22nd minute of play. The joy was, however, short-lived for the Lionesses, as Clara Cletus Ntunda then came up powerfully, netting thrice at the 25th, 63rd and 74th minute of play. At the end of the 90th minute, the scoreboard reads 4 for Tanzania and 1 for Cameroon. Worth noting is the fact that the second leg comes up in Zanzibar in 2 weeks.
That report ends the 6:30 p.m. edition of News on My Media Prime Television. Coming up at exactly 7 p.m. It's Prime Hour with Kum Leonard and his team. My name is Fon Quinter. Have a blessed evening and the company of more programs on The African Eye. Good night.